around like that one more time.
You stupid. Shut up. I shouldn't have put these chairs over here because the other ones didn't spin. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
God,
what's up, man? It's your boy RJ, man. Safe Space Network, Safe Space Radio, and this is Give Me a Second podcast. Keep the main thing because you're the main character in your story. Man, we're here. My man Ray Sean, who's always in between laughter and salvations. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
We are here.
Y'all just seen the way Ron just shut up.
You know. Shut up, man. You know what?
I'm sorry. Okay.
You need to be delivered. Man, I got you need to get you see you got your clergy collar on today.
I came to work tonight. We're talking about the church. We said we're gonna talk about church tonight. I came
you got
dressed.
your clergy collar on.
I came dressed for the occasion. I got to hold my hands like this when I talk about church.
Where are the Levites?
Where are the Levites?
Where are the worshipers?
Watch it.
Man, what's up, man? You all right?
Man, I'm good. No complaints today. Just it was a regular day. It's been a good week since last time we potted. Everything's been good. I'm in a good mental space. You know, we always do our check. Yeah, good mental space.
Definitely.
Like I said, I encourage you with something we talked about last week. That meditation when you first wake up. That just thought that time to think, to reset your day, to restart your day from.
Come on, sir.
It's been working. It's definitely been working because I know we never talk about that. I've never heard anybody have a conversation. We talk about the anxiety that you get through the day, but there is some real anxiety that you can get from your dreams and from resting at night. And so, literally, I'm starting to start my day by just, hey, whatever was in my mind last night, let me let that go and restart.
I'm really uncomfortable because I can't hold myself in the same place. I can't hold myself. I keep twisting.
Let me tell you
and
how.
Your foot can touch the
before
ground and mine can't.
This is what's retarded is how uncomfortable we both are. He's uncomfortable because he can't hold himself in the same. I'm uncomfortable because I ain't got no back support. I'm just big over here. I got weight hanging on both sides of this chair.
I can't keep myself straight. But we're gonna get through it tonight, man. Hey, listen. So I'm good physically. I'm in the best shape of my life, as you can tell. I'm in the gym 3 times a day. If I can just eat better, but I in this season of my life, I'm just not connected to.
If you stop eating that nasty Taco Bell, disgusting.
I'm not missing no meals until January 1st. I don't do New Year's resolutions, by the way, but this year I'm gonna commit to trying to change my body a little bit, and I'm gonna do it through food because I go to the gym all the time. Mentally, I'm all right, man. My mind is being charged. You know what I'm saying? I'm always learning something new. And emotionally, man, pray for me.
I'm praying every day. Every day I wake up after I meditate.
Pray
like,
for me,
Lord,
man.
touch Rob.
Pray for me.
I'm dead serious though. You got to stop eating Taco Bell.
Hey, man,
because I don't know.
I love Taco Bell.
I don't know how your stomach holds it.
I can eat Taco Bell 3 times, 4 times a week.
Let me tell you something. If I eat Taco Bell now, you have 5.7 minutes before there is about to be a release.
You need to go home.
I don't eat. First of all, hard to eat Taco Bell, but if I eat it, I'm going home. Yeah. There's certain things you eat, and hey, I eat this. I gotta get home. Can I get this to go? Yeah, gotta go. Ain't no stopping. It ain't no little extra visits nowhere.
Yeah.
I got to go home, and that and coffee, same way. If I drink coffee, it's like that too. What we getting into?
Man, we're gonna jump right in, man. Like the church world was shook this week. my man Jamal Bryant, man, he came in like only he can. And I'm gonna just go ahead and play the video. You want to just play the video? Let me go from there. All right, cool.
I'm looking for people that smell like weed. Why aren't we not raising cannabis? I'll be able to bring in black males. They're able to do it legally. I'm teaching them farming.
Oh my God.
I'm helping them to enhance the ecosystem. Black boy in Bankhead said, they growing weed at the church? Where do I join?
Yes.
So, Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Where do I join? Yo, we gonna stop right there, man. We gonna launch right in today, man. So what do you think about that, man? What's up? Talk to me, man. First of all, how high can we go from here?
How high can we go?
How high can we go from here?
Okay, so when I first watched it, my very first thought was Jamal Bryant is becoming the king of clickbait. Like he is the king of I'm going to say something to get you to tune into whatever I got to say on Sunday morning. That was my very first thought. My second thought is maybe Jamal has lost his mind.
Yeah.
Then I watched the recap where he went back and talked about what he was trying to say. And it's it's kind of twofold. Like I get where he's saying we've got to reach outside the church and do some things different. I don't know how much I agree with the church growing weed. Even and this is where people were messed up.
Yeah.
People were thinking he was saying we're going to grow weed and sell weed. He never said the church was selling weed.
Right.
He was talking about growing cannabis to sell to what I'm understand like a pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
And then the organization would get the profits from that.
Right.
And what he's saying is getting people off the street instead of them selling weed, teaching them to be farmers and teaching them how to get into the pharmaceutical business outside of just being on the street corner selling weed. So I understood his whole dynamic. I think sometimes we can be a little too creative, and I think that might have been one of those. You don't share every good thought you have, and I think that was a stretch for him to share.
I personally think his staff did not stop that. That was one of them ones he did not share with his staff, or his staff was too scared to stop him.
Yeah.
I believe that you got to, to be a leader of at any echelon, whether you're preaching, whether you're teaching, whatever that is, whatever influence you are. Even a husband needs his wife. You know what I mean? You got to have influence, right? And you got to have someone that you could bounce those ideas off of. And I just don't think he bounced that idea off because, again, like you said, it wasn't a bad idea. It was just one of those ideas that probably should have been left in his mind. He should have never released that. Yeah. The other thing I thought about when you said you started talking, clickbait, I'm scared because I feel like the viral moment is starting to ruin the church. And we didn't even, that's not even on the menu for discussion tonight. But the viral moment, because you said, he's becoming, an artist at being able to develop these clickbait moments. And I'm like, okay, so how much of this is really a vision that's kind of released from God, you know what I mean, versus an idea that you just want to instrument in the world and then call it God. It's kind of like when Solomon, he prayed specifically prayed for a specific type of wisdom, but when he tried to dilute the wisdom with man-made knowledge, then he started to pervert his own perspective. He perverted his pursuit, his personality started to get thrown off a little bit, you know what I mean? And then ultimately how he led people for a season was just a little weird, right? And so my thing is that, we have to figure out, okay, how much wisdom am I really going to receive from God? How much am I like really leaning towards his direction? And I think that's the piece for me because I think it's a good idea. I just wonder how much of that God said, hey, Jamal.
He talks to him with a deep voice.
This is the Lord.
Yeah, it's deep voice.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I was with that, man,
So where your stance, if New Birth was to open a weed farm or a cannabis farm, what's your stance on that? Do you feel like it's a good idea, bad idea? What do you feel like this?
I had a good friend tell me recently, actually, that too much of a good thing becomes bad fast. And it's unfortunate, us as people, what we do is we take something that was meant to really be good for us, even like marijuana at its origin state, right? And we abuse it. And, and I think in a community in which he's trying to enact that in, I don't think that's safe. Because it's literally like, okay, I'm subliminally enabling.
So it's fine
you.
if he does it in Buckhead, if he does it in the
I just think it doesn't. I just think he should stay away from it. I don't think that should touch the church. So, I think the most that should come in church is Starbucks. Weed is too much.
He's not saying the weed is in the church.
I know, but like, endorsing it, endorsing because you got to understand the people he attracts.
Okay. So here's my stance on it. I feel what he was talking about more, if you take out the weed form or the cannabis form, if you take that out, I feel like what he was saying and where I took from that is that the church can't keep looking. The church is still a business, and we can't continue to look at the business that the only way we can run that business is through tithe and offering. That it has to be through finding other avenues of,
and it can't be something else.
I mean, it can be a lot of things, and I'm just saying he was just being creative. I think he was just releasing a thought. But I want to challenge people that I feel like, I'm not saying the cannabis farm is a good idea. But I think churches should be more mindful of what kind of creative ways can they impact the community through the church being financially strong. And doing business correctly so that they bring other businesses into the community.
I'm not against in any way, shape, form, or fashion, number one, creating jobs and employment for people that are disenfranchised and maybe have done some things that kind of eliminate them from
Or financial insecurity.
financial insecurity. That's what he said. I learned that financial insecurity.
Financial insecurity.
You know, I think he said, what is it? What did he say? Food insecurity. That's what he said.
Yeah,
There we go.
it was food insecurity.
Yeah.
You're
So,
right.
but financial, anything that you have lack of, it's an insecurity.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not against anything that's that promotes trying to enable a community. I'm with that. I'm all about developing the church. You know me. I'm CCM to the fullest. While I grew up a particular way, I'm all the way connected to innovative strategies and ways to grow the church that are unconventional and unorthodox. I'm saying that there are some things that no matter how good of an intention it could be, and we have to stay on topic. I understand you're opening it up to other areas and other strategies and other avenues, but staying on topic, regardless of what he meant, we have to go off of what everybody and how everybody interpreted what he said.
But I think that is the truth of what, even when we're saying how can we get, in my mind is how far can we stretch? How great can the church
Weed
really
is
be?
too far.
Well, weed might be too far. But at some point, the church and the church and the business of the church has to look farther than what it has.
Yeah.
Think about what you're saying. You're saying it's okay, but if it was really okay, we would have more churches that own strip malls and more shopping centers and more businesses than just having a family life center
and employing people from the church to work there.
Yes, but
I'm
hear
with
me.
that.
All the churches want to do
He's
now.
preaching now.
Hear me. All the churches want to have now is family life centers.
Yeah.
And those
And
are
daycares.
and daycare, and those are one of them. Now, daycare is a good business. That's a good business. Them kids, one thing that's gonna happen. Them kids gonna be born. They need to go somewhere,
And they're gonna be at Sunday school.
Yeah, but when we say how high can we get, I do feel like that is a conversation, or what I extracted from it, is what else can we do to make this work and to reach someone else? And I think that the church has to. Weed is maybe too far.
Yeah.
It may be too far for me.
Yeah.
It's maybe too far for where most of us are when it comes to church. But what are we outside of weed? What are we thinking about? What's being considered outside of a family life center and outside of a gym? You know what I'm saying? What else are we doing? Because if at this rate, I hate to say this, at this rate, the church won't last, or the church that we knew.
What did he
won't
say?
last.
Because it's recycling the same type of people.
Yep.
And so I'm totally with that. I think a business strategy bigger than a nonprofit that supports your offering and tithes fund and a lending clause. We need to be bigger than that.
Yeah.
I think that there's some smart people in the church that are not necessarily called to pastor, right? Mm-hmm. This is when you got to say, hey, all my doctorate holders, all my master degree holders, all my bachelor degree, you graduated from high school and you have an idea. I need you to come submit that thing. You got a submission box in the back of the church. And I think we channel some of those things and we get some of the ideas, from the community that can support the growth of the church farther than a gym. Farther than a gymnasium. But again, staying on topic, my key is that
what he's saying is that I'm not on topic.
No, because this is what we have to make sure we address the thing the actual thing that happened. We're not here to speak for or to interpret so much, what he said as our own. I mean, now as him, I'm sorry. We're not here to do it as him. We are here to do it as our own. And so in doing it that way, I'm saying if I was in the same position, oh yeah, I'm definitely going against the grain. I'm doing the different thing. And I'm going into those communities. I have no problem going into those communities and leaving the 99 people that are the same, that all they want to do is agree with me when I preach anyways, and go get the one that's a little different. I'm saying that once we go get the one, that there's a process that I want to take them through, that they can really grow.
Are you scared that the one's going to tank the 99?
You know what? I think the 99 all has a little bit of tainability. I think the truth.
I was about to say half the musicians in the church are already smoking the weed.
I think the 99.
You hear me sound old? The weed.
Yeah, the weed.
Smoking the weed.
I think truth be told, a lot of, I'm gonna say, church insecurity has to do with, I don't want to see who I used to be or who I still am, but I close that off once I come into the church doors. And so, but me as a leader now, I have to now shepherd that. I have to guard that. And I have to not come up with crazy ideas that, number one, is going to leave the church at large. Because, yeah, the truth of the matter is Jamal Bryant has a responsibility, not just to New Birth, but to the nation, because everybody's listening to him. I'm talking the Christian, the non-saved. I'm talking the Muslim. Everybody's listening to this guy. And so you have a responsibility, a duty, and a charge to, like you said, every idea may be cool. But some of them got to leave in your head until you think them through a little bit because you don't know who's listening.
Yeah,
and no matter what we say right now, somebody's going to misunderstand his good thought. And the Bible is clear. It talks about don't let your good be evil spoken of. Smart man might have missed somebody.
What he's trying to say is he wants some of that weed money.
Yeah, pretty much.
He wants some of that street money.
Pretty
that he's
much.
Been missing out on.
Pretty
No,
much.
but, you know, seriously, the pharmaceutical business. So it's $1 billion company.
Yeah, definitely.
And so he's basically saying that the African American community has been
missing out,
that we're completely missing out from it. And that's good tithe. That's good tithe.
Yeah.
That's good. You start tithing off $1 billion. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good money. And he's trying to pay off that church because that church was in debt when he acquired it.
But he's turning around.
I mean,
what did it say?
Significant debt.
They've got like 3,000 more members. They gained 3,000 members.
And I want to make sure for the people that have watched Jamal, what camera am I looking at? For the people that have like maybe watched, what he's talked about over here the last couple of days, let's not discount the fact that at the end of the day, right, wrong, or indifferent, whether we agree with him or not, over 2,000 souls have been led to Christ under his organization and under his tenure in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
They fed 1 million
That's
people.
a lot of people.
Yeah, he's completely.
Yeah.
We're not all his out the box thoughts aren't good.
Yes.
But he's thinking completely out the box.
Oh, yeah.
We're down here trying to partner with other people that don't do nothing right. This man is partnering with Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
World Harvey. He's thinking outside the box on how he can get it. And I mean, the crazy part is, as crazy as we say it is, and that he was just talking, what if he does it?
Yeah, it's going to change the game. And I just pray.
How much land do they have? He keeps talking about they the most owned, the church, black church that owns the most land in America. Like, how much land do they own?
I don't know, but we need to look that up because that's a lot of land. If you're because I'm thinking about Joel Osteen, and I'm thinking about.
He said black church.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
That just a lot of black folks go to Joel Osteen church. That's a conversation for another day because black folks are quick to go to a white man's. Y'all don't want to have that conversation.
Y'all don't want to have no church today.
We don't want to have the conversation on why the black man and the black woman are easy to go to a multicultural church, but you can't get multiculturals to come to a black-led church. But we're not going to have that. I'm sorry. I didn't. That's a tangent. That's a hill I'm willing to die on.
Yeah,
because it's frustrating. I done got mad.
Listen.
I was about to mad preach. I got mad preach. I got mad.
Stop struggle preaching. We buying that.
No,
right
that's
now.
not struggle preaching. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Because we are quick to jump to one of these multicultural churches.
Yeah.
But they don't come to us.
Yeah.
They do not come to us. But like you just said, it gets confusing when you see Joel Osteen's church or whatever, Lakewood or Harvest Church and all these places that have strong African American presence, but these same African Americans don't show up in the black church that they came from.
What I can appreciate, lest the man start preaching. What I can appreciate is some sort of endeavor or some sort of strategy that's connected to, again, empowering the community. We saw that recently with Deion. We see a lot of athletes even right now. I don't know if you saw, but Kevin Durant just gave $500,000 to a college to build up their basketball program. Mm-hmm. A lot of people right now are giving to the community. It was another artist that I saw, and I think Ricky Smiling just gave some money as well. I guess he saw the thing that was going on with Deion, and he, he's partnering with other organizations and agencies to kind of improve what that looks like. So I am not against, and I'm definitely with Jamal Bryant trying to institutionalize wealth in the black community.
Okay, so Google. Dr. Google says that New Birth owns at least 250 acres in DeKalb County.
Yeah. Of
which about 180 acres are buildable.
Wow.
And when you think of that from a numbers game, your house is probably sitting on a
quarter
of an acre.
Yeah.
Or less than a quarter of an acre.
2.6 on average.
Yeah. So
0.26.
So when you're thinking 250 acres.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's a lot of land.
That's a lot of land.
That's a lot of land.
It's continuous land. So it's not just pieced out. It's 250 continuous. Man, that's tough.
So then with that kind of land, with that kind of registry, like what do you do with that? Like what do you really do with that?
I mean, what they
That's not typical.
Well, in the video he had, they said they were about to build a, which is again outside the box thinking.
Yeah.
We're going to beat him up over him saying,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna make a weed farm.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're doing this senior community for grandparents who are raising their grandchildren.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Yes.
I never would have thought. Like my mind never went there.
Yeah.
I never connected. Hey,
and once you build that, that kind of thing gets funded by the state.
Yes.
That's a whole nother conversation.
But that's genius.
Money conversation.
But that's genius.
Yeah.
The same with the daycare. You build a daycare, and then you get the state's going to pay for a certain amount of kids to come to the day.
You build land, you put houses on that land, and it's in your own backyard. You just created tomorrow's church.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
There you
just
go.
built tomorrow's church.
Yeah. But okay, so let me ask you a question, Rob.
Yo.
What's the highest thing you ever seen in church? The highest thing.
The musician corner.
Oh my God.
Whoa. I've never participated. I want to make sure I'm clear about that.
You've just witnessed the musician corner.
Yeah. That ain't what happened?
Nothing.
Oh.
I'm a little cross-eyed. And I knew exactly what you're talking about. My eyes shifted.
I was like, whoa, that's an emergency. Something just happened.
No.
No. But like, I just kind of like, especially, and it wasn't until it wasn't until I reached adulthood and I realized when I was a kid, that's what they was doing the whole time. Because I've been playing keys.
Oh, so when they step out.
Yeah, and so I didn't realize it was a gas station run and a weed run. I didn't realize that when I was a kid. I didn't know that.
Good. Whoa. How long was your preacher preaching that y'all had time to go?
They used to preach back in the day.
Good God, y'all had time. They had time to go to the store.
I'm just saying for me. So I didn't realize until I became an adult. Oh, that's what y'all was doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So or that's that smell. I didn't know what that. I didn't know
that smell strong. That's why I've smoked the Mary Jane before. The Mary, that's so old. You gotta have a the in front of something when you're trying to make the Mary Jane. I've smoked the Mary Jane before. Yeah. It just made me sleepy. It made me sleepy and hungry. I didn't have no effects from it. It ain't nothing I want. I don't like the smell of smoke. I don't like the smell of weed. Don't do that for me. So Jamal can have that weed farm, the cannabis farm, because it gotta stink. But highest I've ever seen. I saw somebody in church was so high. They were going around for offering. Y'all, let me tell y'all something that people don't ever talk about. So for a musician, and Rob, you can agree or deny. Yeah. One of our favorite times in church is offering. When y'all walk around, like they don't walk around a lot no more. But back when they used to walk around,
now we cash app.
It was so good because you get to see people and their personalities come out when they do that little walk around. Yeah. Yo, I saw somebody so high one time. They walked around and got up to the front and forgot why they were there. And I knew they were high. And they was like, now what am I doing? And was really thinking about it. Went back to their seat. Looked at the rest of the church gear and remembered
that's what they
were supposed to be doing. Man. And I said, man, that's gotta be a good feeling.
Yeah. Got to try that.
But no, you're right though. I've I've smelled it on some musicians, some artists.
Yeah.
That quietly.
Yeah.
That's just what they do. But that's the highest thing I've ever seen in church. That man Pure T forgot where he was.
So how high can we go from here? You tell me.
High as the Lord allows.
I'm gonna say it the way he said it. Who is the Most High?
Who is the Most High?
Who is the Most High, man?
I'm the least of these. I am the least of these. I'm the least among you.
Oh my God!
I don't want no. Let me tell you this is all I'm about to tell myself. This is a good story to end this show with. Like I said, weed never did nothing to me. But y'all, I done messed around, took one of them edibles one time. one of them CBD pills. Boy.
Oh my God.
Y'all, I got home and I told my friend, I said, I don't know how we got here. I drove and I got home. I said, so the fact, and this is what had me so tickled. Y'all got to get out of here. What had me so tickled, the whole time that I was
He's
high.
Such a preacher. We got to get out of here.
The whole time I was high from this pill, all I kept thinking was, if I'm this high, how high is everybody else in this
How high is he?
How high is everybody else? Because I was trying so hard to keep it in. And I was just thinking to myself, they got to be high.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I'm big. This pill, if that little pill hit me that hard, boy, it brought me to knock you in your chest. I mean, it will Pure T knock your chest loose.
That is funny. No, I don't know. I don't have any recollection.
My brother took one of them pills one time, and he told the story.
This man got a lot of high stories.
High story.
This man got a lot of high stories. Oh Oh man, this man is on cloud high. I ain't lying.
He said the appeal had him so high he was outside. He was outside of his body, sitting on the roof, looking down at his body. Outside of his body, sitting on the roof, looking down at his body.
Yeah, that's funny.
I said, "Good God, I don't want
that
nothing
man got
you
was
have."
high. I don't want to be that high.
But y'all, we do not condone the use
Not
of,
at all.
Of the
Not
Mary
at all.
Jane
Not at
or
all.
the CBD. But they say CBD oil is good for joints. So I get where
The
Jamal
problem
was saying.
is
I
that
just don't think
people.
I don't think the church should house it. But I get.
But people like that's the problem because like again, either the church, the community, the whole thing it goes to. They take a good thing and they just abuse it. What was supposed to be medicine.
Well,
okay, and I'm even, you know what, and I'm not even gonna act like I just don't know what it's like to feel good in life or whatever thing, I'm stuttering.
I don't know where we're going. I don't know good. Well, tell us what makes you feel good, Rob. Tell us. Share, brother. Share, brother Rob. You over there looking like elevation. Share, brother Rob. Pastor R.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to act like I don't have any experiences. What I'm saying is
You been high before?
Never.
Oh.
Not even close. But not even close.
I've been high. I've been with the most high.
No. But what I'm saying is that but this is the thing, truth be told, like even a good thing, too much of a good thing, right? And so even if you choose to like enjoy it, let's just say it's not fully medicine for you.
Yeah.
But even enjoying it,
medicinal. That's the word.
Yeah, medicinal. See, I don't even know the proper terms for it.
Can't spell it, but I can say it. Medicinal.
Medicinal. But even if you choose to enjoy it, you still overdo it. And I think that's you choose, you do what you want to do with it, but just don't overdo it.
Yeah, just don't overdo it. But I've seen, we got CBD shops and stuff like that now.
All
but
over
they
the
say
place.
They really do say it's good for like joints, arthritis, and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're using it for medical purpose, and I think if you have land, if you are a landowner, and you can connect with somebody that can grow, that might be a good business for you to go in.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good business for the church to go in.
Yeah.
I don't know, and the only thing else that I could say that maybe would make it make sense is if the church created an LLC. This is how deep my mind goes.
Come on.
If the church created an LLC or a nonprofit, well, it can't be nonprofit.
Anyway, nonprofit, yeah.
Well, LLC sold or gave the land, a quarter of the piece of a land away in a deeded that land to the LLC.
Come on, sir.
And then the LLC that has nothing to do with the church but is a separate business then decides that they want to have the cannabis farm.
Come on.
That's the only way I can see that making sense. And if you all do that, I want to sue. Because that is my idea.
No, for real, like the way you just pieced that together, I mean, that's actually
That's the only way I can see that making sense. They've got to get that land out of the church name. It's got to be in like an LLC corporation name. Because then it's okay.
Or you buy the block and then there happens to be a CBD store on
a hemp store.
A hemp store. Okay, there we go. I don't know the terms, man.
Yeah, you got to you look too modern not to be modern.
I don't even know how to use Instagram.
All he knows is marijuana. He don't know none of the new.
I just know joint.
He don't know the strains.
I don't know none of the language.
So you don't know what loud means? Loud, mid?
No.
Oh.
I don't know none of that.
This man is saved.
I'm saved.
Jesus,
I got to preach soon, so I'm gonna stop
eating. You
eating.
smell loud weed. You know when it's loud. You never seen anybody smell weed and they be like, "Well, that's loud."
Yeah, but I never,
You don't know the difference. You just know.
That's weed. It's either no weed or
I
weed.
got a lot of high people around me. I know.
You know people in high places.
I know people in very high, highest of highs. They reach into the highest mountain.
And they're growing it from the lowest valley.
Woo. But no, so if they can pull that land out, deed it to an LLC, and the LLC runs it as a hemp farm or whatever. But again, that also is kind of genius because they are putting the He said that they were putting a medical facility on the campus of New Birth. So if you have a medical facility, and that medical facility is just distributing CBD and cannabis, and they can grow it there. Yeah. So they're basically double profiting.
Yeah.
I like business. Now, I like business. When you start making the money make sense, I understand that's rough and some church folks.
But I love how you disconnected, disassociated, but you still kind of like had investments in what that looks like.
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference. And I think when you draw that line,
I just made it even better.
Oh, here we go.
So the church,
Jamal Bryant called his man.
Called his man. Can lease the land.
Come on.
To the LLC.
Come on.
And make money from the lease.
Is that right?
Of them using the land. but not from the actual cannabis.
He's done. Listen,
Done.
this is Give Me a Second podcast. You heard it here. When that idea has been used, listen, we want our cut because you heard it here first.
Well, they know you cut. Ain't ours.
This is my camera.
Okay.
We filming this on. This is my property. I got the license to this.
You got the cold house. This is your cold house. I promise you. It ain't
We
mine.
don't grow here.
No,
it's
ain't
too
nothing,
cold. It's
ain't
too
nothing
cold.
growing here. Not sickness. No disease. No disease. It's just cold.
Give me
in
a
here.
second podcast, y'all, man. Listen, put your comments in the comments area below, man. Like, share, comment, follow. Help us by liking and subscribing because that helps us get watch hours and all that good stuff, and we can bring more content to you just like this. You got any words, man?
No, that's it. Y'all be safe, be high. I mean, but wait. Be safe,
gone,
be
y'all.
safe, be blessed.
We out, y'all.
Be high. I had a worship leader one time who told me that they do their best leading of worship when they either got a glass of wine or had a hit of a joint. I promise you, I kid you not. That's literally what they told me. They said their best worship is when they've had a glass of wine or a hit of a joint. I don't know. I've never done it. I'm saved. I'm saved.